Hey, what's up everyone? GameDad here, and we are back with part 2 of my current 3DS collection. Last week we took a look at the first half of the collection, and this week we are taking a look at the second half of the collection. We're going to see what games are left on the list today, so come with me as we check it out. Alright, so first up we have Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, released by Capcom in 2015. And if you have ever played a Monster Hunter game, this is pretty much the same thing, just on a handheld. And I gotta say, it is actually quite impressive just being on a 3DS handheld. The system has always displayed good graphics and stuff, but for a game of this caliber and this scope, it was really cool to see this actually be possible. Up next, we've got New Super Mario Bros. 2, released by Nintendo in 2012, and this one has nothing to do with the actual Super Mario Bros. 2 or anything like that, but it is a fun platformer. If you liked New Super Mario Bros., it is essentially the same thing, except this game's whole shtick is that it's got way more coins in it, as evident by the cover art on the game. Overall, it's fun. It's just another Mario game. And here we have Paper Mario Sticker Star, released by Intelligent Systems in 2012. And this game, if you like Paper Mario games, it is a lot of fun in my opinion, actually. It is very long for the kind of game that it is, but overall, I actually had a lot of fun with it. It's very collect-a-thon-y, so I don't know if you're like super into completing games and stuff, you might have fun doing that, but overall, just playing through the story was actually a lot of fun. Up next, we got Pokémon X, released by Game Freak in 2013, and this was kind of the first full-fledged 3D Pokémon game. Yes, still on a handheld, and we wouldn't see a console one for years to come with Sword and Shield, but this game, it was actually pretty fun. I had a buddy who had Y, and we were able to play through and almost complete our Pokédexes. We kind of got bored with it towards the end, but overall, it's just another fun Pokemon adventure. Here is Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, released by Game Freak in 2014, and this game was kind of a reimagining of the original Pokemon Sapphire game on the Game Boy Advance, and I gotta say, it was actually pretty fun. I did enjoy playing through it. I do kind of like the new versions that they make of these games, you know, when they had like Fire Red and stuff like that, so it was fun to be able to see this kind of remade for 3DS instead. Now here we have Pokemon Sun, released by Game Freak in 2016, and I believe this was the first one where they actually had Mega Evolutions. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure it started with this generation. Overall, pretty fun. I didn't like everything that they did. It felt like they kind of really simplified a lot of things and took away from the JRPG aspect of the games that I actually enjoyed. And the new region Pokemon looked a little weird, but overall, just another fun game in the franchise. And here we have Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon, released by Spike Chunsoft in 2015. And this is one of the games where you actually go through and play as the Pokemon instead. There were a few versions of this before the 3DS version, but I never actually got around to playing those. This was the first one of these that I played, and I liked it so much I went back and bought the old ones and had a blast. I really like this kind of offshoot of the Pokemon franchise. Now here we have Poochy and Yoshi's Woolly World, released by Goodfeel in 2017, and I gotta say, this game is super fun. I love the wool aesthetic that they had with this. Now, I remember playing Yoshi's Woolly World before, but I gotta say, the version with Poochy is way more fun. It adds a lot of extra stuff to the game, and just makes the gameplay just more enjoyable, in my opinion. Up next is Super Mario 3D Land, released by Nintendo in 2011, and I gotta say, this is probably my favorite handheld Mario game that there is. I mean, I really like Mario Land 2 Six Golden Coins on the Game Boy, but this one is just awesome. It had so much extra functionality, extra features, and it was like just a blast to play with all the new power-ups, level design, everything. And here we have Super Mario Maker for the Nintendo 3DS, and this was released by Nintendo in 2016. Now, unfortunately, I was not able to capture any gameplay for this, but it's a really fun game, and if you ever played Mario Maker on the Wii U, or if you've now played it on the Switch, it is the same concept. I think it's a little easier with the stylus and stuff like that than they made it on the Switch, but I do still enjoy this, and it's fun to take it on the go. Here we have Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS. This was released by Sora Ltd. in 2014. And I mean, what can I say? It's Smash Bros. On the go. And before the Nintendo Switch, this was the only way you could play Smash Bros. On the go. And it was pretty cool because it still had all of the amiibo support that it had on the Wii U. It obviously doesn't have the roster that the Switch ended up having, but still, it was really awesome to have Smash on the go. Here we have Tetris Axis, released by Hudson Soft in 2011. And this was actually a pack-in with my 3DS or 3DS XL, I don't know, one of the original games that I had for the console. I mean, I like Tetris. I prefer the old original one better. But this one, I mean, it was okay. It added a couple new features and stuff, but overall, it's still just Tetris. Here is Ultimate NES Remix, released by Indies Zero in 2014, and this is awesome. If you've ever liked just specific aspects of different NES games, this is totally for you. They did release a version on the Wii U as well, and they had all kinds of competitions and stuff like that, but essentially you go through some mini games and you just play different challenges. Here we have WarioWare Gold, released by Nintendo in 2018, and this is, if you've ever played a WarioWare game, essentially it's a bunch of micro games. You can't even call them mini games. I mean, they literally last for just a few seconds each, but it's super addicting and a ton of fun. This particular one has over 300 different little micro games in it. Now here's another one I was not able to capture footage for. That is Xenoblade Chronicles 3D, released by Monolith Soft in 2015. And this is a remake / reimagining of Xenoblade Chronicles from the Wii. So excellent game, fantastic gameplay. As you can see from the cover on it, it is only for the Nintendo 3DS, the new one. That was the one that came with a stylus because I believe it had some upgraded memory or something in it. But super fun game. Here we have Yoshi's New Island, released by Arzest in 2014. And if you ever played Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, then you know exactly what this gameplay is all about. It's very like chalk drawing in its aesthetic, super fun gameplay, and always making sure that Baby Mario is safe and good to go. Collect all your flowers, collect your stars, and just have a blast rocking out as Yoshi. Now this is probably my favorite handheld Zelda of all time. That is Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds, released by Nintendo in 2013. And I love this game. It's fantastic. It's set in the vein of Link to the Past, and if you have never played this game, I highly, highly recommend that you do so. Here we have Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time 3D, released by Nintendo in 2011. Another fantastic Zelda game ported over to the 3DS. It did add some 3D effects. It was cool in the beginning, got to admit, turned it off partway through because it just started to get obnoxious. But the game overall is still the same fun Ocarina of Time that you played on the N64. Here we have Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D, released by Nintendo in 2015. Again, another awesome port from the N64 days, and I didn't mention it with Ocarina of Time, but I'll mention it here. The inventory system, being able to switch back and forth super easy with all your items because of the second screen, makes Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask 3D way more fun to play on this handheld than on the original N64, at least in my opinion. And last up, we have Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes, released by Nintendo in 2015. And this is basically a dungeon crawler, or kind of just like puzzle Zelda game. You go through, you have 3 different characters. They are all the different colors, as you can see from the cover art. And you're going through solving puzzles and different things. And you use these 3 different characters to make it happen. And if more than one person has a game, then they can hop in and join in all the puzzles too. So there you have it, everyone. That is everything that is currently in my Nintendo 3DS collection. These past couple of weeks have been awesome. We've been taking a look at different handheld games that are in the collection. And if you guys noticed anything that is missing, that is just a phenomenal game, I would love to hear about it down in the comments below. And while you're down there, please be sure to also hit those like and subscribe buttons, as well as that little notification bell so you get an alert every time I got a new video coming out. Now, as always, I'm GameDad. I thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you later.